We also had another movie trailer come out today, which we mentioned earlier, which is Batman, and I'm very happy that
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
I was
Wait for
shocked
this.
Baby,
that
baby, baby.
I was shocked to get this trailer. I was not expecting it at all,
I
but
thought we was going to get a couple images. I would have been happy
right.
with seeing the bat suit, honestly.
Exactly, exactly. I thought I was going to get a couple images, but nope, we got a trailer, and man, I
Full
got it.
trailer.
I'm liking the tone. I'm liking the tone. Oh, well, Q flows, man. Let's start with you. How did you feel about the trailer?
Um, I ain't excited. I ain't excited for this, man. This trailer ain't do nothing for me. I know I was giving homeboy shit because I don't like him. But then I remember he plays one of my favorite wizards in Harry Potter. That really doesn't excuse him. I'm still not excited. I it was like watching it was like Panic at the Disco meets Batman. I don't know. I'm next. Skip.
Have you listened to Panic at the Disco?
I love Panic at the Disco, but not when it's fused with Batman.
I don't even know how you got that.
Yeah, that's
Those
what
two
I'm
images
trying to
combined.
get. That's
Maybe
Yeah.
you're talking about like Joe
Out of
Schumacher
bounds.
Batman. I can agree on that. Not this. This was definitely not no Panic at the Disco.
Well, yeah, I told you.
That was a Space Jam reach. Mr. A&E, what did you feel about the trailer?
Uh, okay.
Still dunk the
So
ball.
here, here's the thing. I wasn't on board with the movie at first. I'm on board now. Now, hear me out. The trailer was excellent to me. That was a good, excellent teaser trailer right there, and it just had some good imagery and dark stuff to me that I was like, okay, this is like Batman Year One almost to me.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they said it so many times. I was like, we
Yeah.
can't get it out of our head.
Exactly. And I'm like, this is like Batman Year One live action. I'm loving Jeffrey White as Gordon. You know, it's like I'm a huge Jeffrey White fan ever since Boycott and Angels in America. So he's been a very, very great actor. So I know he's gonna bring it. And I enjoy the action of it. I enjoyed the symbolism of it. But I got to be the villain. I am still not on board with this Robert Pattinson Batman.
Was that
I'm
not-
looking at him, and there's in all my times of watching Batman, I can look at certain ones and be like, "That's Batman," and then there's Bruce Wayne. Then I can look at somebody and be like, "That's somebody in a Batman costume." There's only one other person that I've seen that it was like that. And that was George Clooney. I was like, "That's George Clooney in a Batman costume. That's not Batman." When I'm looking at Robert
Not even
Pattinson,
Val Kilmer.
See, Val Kilmer I give it a little bit more pass to, but George Clooney was really the worst. But when it come to Robert Pattinson, I'm like, he don't got the jaw, he don't got the swag, and he just don't got the body. And I'm like, and especially with him talking about not working out during the quarantine, don't help at all. Now, when I see, I didn't get to see too much of my girl Kravitz, you know what I'm saying, but Zoe Kravitz, but I'm like, I want to see more of her as Selena Kyle, as his Catwoman, because she looked like she's gonna be dope. But the Robert Pattinson thing was like, oh my god! Like, every time I just see this crystal white jaw, it doesn't scream Batman to me. It seems like that, like, yo, bro, go back in the house, stop playing dress up. I cannot get out. I have to see more.
Huh?
Yeah, I
It's not Panic at the Disco.
just cannot get behind this Robert Pattinson Batman choice. That's it. That's just my personal opinion. The trailer the trailer was great. The trailer was excellent. The movie's probably gonna be dope. It's just that if I could like copy and paste, a Batman in there, especially for like a Year One Batman, Robert Pattinson was not my pick,
Right.
in my personal opinion. But the trailer's dope, and it got me on board to actually see the movie. I'm just not still with the Batman as the Batman.
Now, have you seen any, like, I don't know if you've seen Twilight, but have you seen any Robert Pattinson movie?
Unfortunately, I have seen the Twilights because of my sister,
Okay.
and all she do is grab, like, she buys the book sets, and my sister's the one that will watch Harry Potter and Twilight back to back to back just so she got some noise in the kitchen. And I'm tired of seeing it. Now, to be fair, I never said Robert Pattinson was a bad actor.
No. I was just like,
Yeah.
I wanted to know. I know you didn't say he's a bad actor, but I wanted to know if you had more like a selection with him.
Yeah, because like I said, I don't have too much of a selection other than Twilight. I do want to see how he is in Tenet, because in the trailer of Tenet,
he looked good.
He looked cool.
Yeah, he looked really cool. He did have that swag that I feel like you said.
But
he may miss.
The issue I'm having with Robert Pattinson is the same issue I'm having with Jesse Eisenberg. I had no problem with Jesse Eisenberg as an actor. I had no problem with Social Network. I had no problem with say Now You See Me. Yeah, I had no problem with those movies with Jesse Eisenberg, but he's not Lex Luthor, especially with Lex
Luthor. A Riddler.
He would have been a better Riddler.
I can see that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, no matter if they shaved his head, put him in a suit, gave him some interesting dialogue to say, he's just, especially Lex Luthor being one of my favorite villains, he's just not Lex Luthor. No matter what they did to him, and they put him in the movie, that's one of the terrible flaws.
I still don't get why him. Like, Bryan Cranston was right there. Like,
yeah, I don't know what Warner Bros. Was thinking on that move, and especially if Zack Snyder approved that move. I don't know I don't know the ins and outs of at least of that move. I just know it was a bad one,
and
they fumbled hard and dropped and had a pick six, whatever you want to call it, with the Jesse Eisenberg casting. That's how I feel about Robert Pattinson. It's not like. You could put him in the suit, even when he took the mask off. I'm just like, oh my god, it's Robert Pattinson. I didn't feel Bruce Wayne. I didn't feel that the Batman in that one. Now, once again, I am always open to # giving everybody a chance. And when I go see the movie, I'll be happy to come back on the podcast. Like, you know what, bro? I was wrong.
Me too.
But as of right now, he ain't my Batman.
Nope.
Okay. The director, what did you think about the trailer?
I think that trailer was what some people will call in the industry big dick energy. I just think it was an amazing trailer. The fact that only 25% of the movie was shot and they still came through with visuals, outstanding.
Yeah.
The reason I feel like I'm so on board with the Batman is Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves took a project that sucked and made it epic and amazing. I feel like he will definitely put good work into the Batman, and seeing that trailer just really solidified it for me. I also think, when Robert Pattinson got cast as the Batman, I thought that was the strangest thing ever. I mean, it was almost as strange as that Blade casting. But
you gotta stop with this Blade casting.
It's a strange casting. Now, I might be wrong. It's definitely a strange casting. I'll put some 1-on-1. Like, it's strange. But I was not aware of Robert Pattinson's work. I just thought he was the little sparkly boy from Twilight. Yeah. I saw a couple Robert Pattinson movies, and I will say that man commits to the craft of acting like few actors do in this current generation. I have some recommendations. If anyone cares to take a movie venture, I highly recommend you check out a film called Good Time.
I didn't like Good Time.
A movie with him in a limo.
I didn't like Good Time. I didn't see a movie with him in a limo, but I did see Good Time.
There's a movie with him in a limo the whole time, and that's where he got. If you're looking for him as a Bruce Wayne-esque character, that's the one you should go watch.
Oh.
I forgot what it's called though.
I'll check it out. I just believe that when he commits to a role, he can be that role. In Good Time, it was tense, it was gritty. If you're familiar with their work, they also did Uncut Gems. Like those directors, They just make these super intense movies that kind of just, make you want to go take a Tums after you get done watching it. Also, the Lighthouse. This man just commits to acting. He commits to an effort. The fact that he even agreed to be Batman blows my mind, because I think Batman is just kind of like, he is the manifestation of like the magnificent white man. Like, he can do anything, and he just does whatever he needs to do. So I'm amazed. In the trailer, I was hoping to be like, I'm tired of Batman. I wish DC would get off Batman. But they keep dropping shit like that. Like, keep the fucking bat flag up. It's working. I think it's going to do great. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to be probably. I think it's definitely going to spark a lot of conversations. And if Matt Reeves stay with it throughout, I think there's definitely going to be a conversation of, is this movie better than the Dark Knight trilogies when this trilogy comes to an end? and the fact that they already acknowledge that it's a different universe, so all those universe people can like get off their high horse on it and just kind of get into the fact that they're just telling Batman stories. Like, I think it'll work. Like, stop trying to tie Joaquin Phoenix Joker into it. That's some other shit. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think it's going to be super successful. The one thing I will admit, I think he looks strange in the suit. He definitely looks strange as Bruce Wayne. Yeah. And I think that's intentional.
That's what I was thinking too. That's what
he doesn't know how to be the polished playboy, because apparently he's only been Batman for a year and a half. Like they were saying in that presentation. So he's still, the fact that he was in the crime scene and all the cops were looking at him, that was some new shit that I've never seen before. I look forward to seeing Batman the detective. Like, I think that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I just think he's playing like a angry young Batman, so I'm cool to see where that goes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in it. I hope it knows it's landing. I think it's going to be pretty good, and I hope that Catwoman gets her Warner Brothers Max spinoff from it.
Yeah. You pretty much said everything I was thinking about this trailer. I enjoyed this trailer very much. And pretty much, yeah, you hit everything on the key. He did look weird in the Batsuit, and I think that's because this is still an early version of Batman that we're watching.
I will also, I don't mean to cut you off, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be another suit. 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
I will put a whole year's paycheck that by the end of that movie, that suit that he's wearing is going to be destroyed, and he'll have a suit that he'll probably look a little bit better in.
You said how much of a paycheck?
A year's paycheck.
Okay, I'll take that bet. Are
you serious?
I definitely take that bet too. I'll take that bet.
How much I make, sir?
No, but it's enough for me to get groceries. It's enough for me to pay bills, probably. So trust me, I'll take it.
You lose, you pay me what I make.
I'll take that bet.
Sure, get on board.
I got to that bet because I mean, what I love to have another,
Wait, you're betting that he's not going to get a new suit?
I am betting. Yeah, you said you bet a whole year's paycheck that he's gonna get a new suit at the end, and I'm like, yeah, he'll get a new suit by the second movie, but I don't know if it's gonna be the end of that one. Because I think what he's wearing is his stable suit for that movie. Because I don't think that's what the suit he's gonna start out in.
Nah, that's the suit he starts out in. They already talked about it. They said it's banged up. He's been wearing it since year one. You know Firefly's in this movie too, right?
I didn't know that. Now, who was that person duct taping? Was that Riddler?
So, dial in Firefly into this movie and tell me it's still going to be the same suit. You sure you want to take that bet?
Sure.
I didn't say I was giving up.
Gambling is the gamble, right?
I didn't say I was giving up a year's paycheck.
That's the bet.
You were giving up the year pay. I'm just staying for the ride.
If I put up the money, if I put up my year's paycheck, you match that year's paycheck when you win. If you lose, that's the way it goes. No, I can almost guarantee you he's going to have a new suit. Just like I can guarantee you, this movie's going to have the Penguin, it's going to have the mob boss Marconi in it. I knew for sure the Riddler was going to be in it before I even saw this trailer.
Yeah,
I'm 100% sure Catwoman's not going to have that same exact get up that she has. She's going to have a more traditional Catwoman suit that kind of looks like the leather get up with the ears and junk. Yeah, man, he's going to have a different suit. That suit's going to get set on fire.
I'll bet you a year's paycheck that Black Adam's going to come out.
I mean, sure. What? You want to put a time frame on it?
Before
I would love for this movie to come out
before 2030.
Black Adam. I'm not anti The Rock. I just don't think it's going to happen.
It just depends on who you was talking to.
Yeah, I was like, who you was talking to earlier? But yeah. One of the scenes I liked in the trailer is where he came up to the one guy, just started punching him, and kept on doing it, and the crowd of people were just looking at him like, oh, he's insane. We need to leave, yo. So I did love that reaction.
I've seen that, and I'm just like, but we hate it. I can't say we. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna put everybody in a bubble. people hated it when Batfleck did it.
Batfleck killed people.
Yeah.
And I was happy.
And we
Batman
still on
don't
it.
kill people.
Well, maybe in that.
Maybe
Are we in a different universe?
Maybe he should, but he didn't. That's just like Martin Luther King just open mouth kissing white women. It's not something that goes around. Like it's just not.
We are not about to call. We are not about to compare Batman.
Dr. Umar Johnson just called me.
Bro, I'm about to say something. If you don't know all the information, you really shouldn't talk. I'm just saying.
All I'm saying is like those are fundamental characteristics of those people. So if you start changing those characteristics of those people, you're gonna upset people. So yeah, you know, it's one of those things. Batman doesn't kill people. It's what separates him from the Joker.
But the guy that Batman was beating down when he was showing aggression, he didn't kill that guy.
The Batfleck was branding people with like a sign, like a
I'm talking about the scene. I'm talking about the scene.
We're talking about him killing people with like guns in a car.
Did I mention that scene? Anybody? No. I'm talking about the scene where he beat the guy that he had a trouble. He's beating the guys down in that little warehouse thing when he was going to save his wife.
I'm talking about the reaction of everyone looking at him like, "Oh, okay." Like,
that was amazing.
Like everyone else in the movie fought back in the
no. I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I'm just look. Like Q said at the beginning, I don't know if y'all heard what he said, but I damn sure heard what he said. He said, you know what, because Mr. AD keeps the same energy. So, I've always kept the same, because people change and they forget they changed until I got to prove back to them or play a clip and show that they thought otherwise. Great examples when we went to go see The Killing Joke. So, when I was just like, yeah, I'm cool with Robert. I mean, with the Batman beating down, everybody there and having that all face, but I'm just like, but I've other than the people looking surprised, I'm like, and I've seen in other movies like the Michael Keaton movie when he beat down somebody in a worse accident, I may say, and somebody's looking at him like, oh my god, and it's just like, oh, I've seen it, and it's just that Robert Pattinson don't help the case at all neither. I'm like, when I seen it, I was like, okay, it's dope, but go whoop his ass now though.
I think you don't really like Robert Pattinson, and I understand because he was a sparkly vampire.
You know what though? Here's the one thing different about a lot of me. I can admit that. If I can admit that this is also clouding my biases of this character, that is an open, honest admit that. I can admit that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
If people admit what truly what's really bothering them, it'll just be an easier conversation. I can admit that. I'm not a fan of Robert Pattinson. I'm just not a fan. I can't get Twilight out of my head. I have to give him a better chance at different movies, so I can love him for the Batman. Right. But unfortunately,
No, I'm saying right. That's why I was asking earlier.
Outstanding acting, good times. That is something. I did not think he could pull off the role that he pulled. I just thought he was too pretty, and he really pulled off good times. I thought that was a tense movie, and I thought he did an amazing job at it.
Now, I personally didn't like that.
Highlights, he did a good job in Highlights. The Lighthouse, I'll never watch it again, but he also did an amazing job in Light. He's actually a really, really, really good actor. I just think that Twilight shit really fucked him up, man. Like, I think it just made people think he couldn't act. Especially if you get into like the making of Lighthouse and how they did it and the way that they would do things. Like the director tortured those actors to the point where Robert Pattinson punched the director in the face while filming that movie because the director pushed him so hard. And he gave a great performance. Like if Oscars were happening, I'm pretty sure Lighthouse would have came up for something.
It did. Lighthouse was last year.
Oh shit! Well, I wasn't paying attention.
It must not have been that great. So, Lighthouse was last year. Willem Dafoe's in Lighthouse. I didn't see the movie. I seen the credentials of it and everything, and it didn't win much or anything, but it was nominated. So I was like, hey, that was cool. But that was last year.
It's definitely good. He definitely did a great job. I would put that on. You should. Yeah, I mean, you should check it out if you're interested in getting over your bias of them. I would check out either Fast Times or Lighthouse.
I'll check out both. I have to give it a movie chance, but I can admit my flaws. Is when there's issues.
And I think Good Time is on Netflix. I watched it. I personally didn't like it, but I understand the direction he was going in it.
Swag.
Yeah.
Is it possible I can take a timeout?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I have to go.